Hello, everybody. Tracy Mrs. JDog Flanagan with you here today. I'm the co-founder and senior vice president of JDog Brands. Welcome back to another exciting episode of the Tactical Treasures podcast sponsored by the JDog Foundation. Our podcast gives the military community a voice in the veteran space to share their stories of service, how they continue to make a difference in civilian life, and they share with me a tactical treasure that has shaped their journey in their military career, business, or life. Today, I am honored to have a return guest, Amy Shick. With nearly 30 years as a proud Army spouse and a veteran of more than a dozen PCS moves, Amy Shick doesn't just understand military relocation, she has lived it. Having personally bought, sold, and converted homes into rentals using the VA loan, Amy brings a rare level of boots on the ground experience to every client relationship. Amy holds a bachelor's degree in law studies from St. Mary's College of California and has dedicated much of her career to military advocacy. She is a founder of military-focused businesses and recently served on the advisory board for the Military Family Advisory Network, or MFAN, where she advocated for strong support systems for service members and their families. Now at Nova Home Loans, a company she chose for its unwavering integrity and commitment to service, Amy specializes in VA lending. She combines her legal educational background with her personal history to help buyers navigate the financing process with clarity, strategy, and heart. Ready to start your home buying journey in Arizona, California, Florida, or Washington? Amy is ready to lead the way. Hello, Amy. Welcome back to Tactical Treasures Podcast. I'm so excited to have you on, and thank you so much for your service and your husband's service to our country.
Well, thank you so much for giving me an opportunity to be on the podcast again. I enjoyed it when we recorded our first interview a few years ago, and so it's nice to reconnect with you.
Yeah, yes. So, you were stationed in Germany for a while, and now you're back in Washington. Um, 30 years plus as an Army spouse, over 12 PCS moves. So I know you have a new venture that you're doing, and I'm wondering how all of that has prepared you for what you're doing now.
Yeah, so I'm a loan officer now, so I'm doing residential mortgages, and I do feel like so much of what I did before in my volunteer roles, within the Army community, and then also professionally and entrepreneurially, um, it have really contributed to my role now as a loan officer. And I really enjoy it. My husband and I have been investing in real estate for 20 plus years, and so now I get to help others do the same thing.
Oh, wow. That's great. So, and so you kind of got your um, training or schooling while you were in Germany, right?
Yes, so again, another life pivot. I feel like I have mastered the life pivots because the Army was moving so much. Um, every location either has a restriction or new opportunities. And I was looking for a new opportunity, and a friend that I made there in Germany was a realtor, and she was, said that she was going to become a loan officer. And so I was like, okay, well, I'm intrigued. Tell me about this. And we ended up doing it together. We took our class together, we took our tests together, and just started this new career together. And then when I moved back to Washington, I hit the ground running. So it worked out really perfectly.
Right, right. And I imagine it must have been unusual being in a different country, taking the exam and studying to be a loan officer in the United States. Did you encounter some issues with that you had to overcome?
Yeah, so luckily I've learned to advocate and really kind of push until I get to yes. They didn't want me to take the test in Germany. They wanted me to fly back to the States to take the national test. But through my advocacy efforts, I was able to get an exclusion because I was a military spouse who was, with her husband stationed abroad. They did allow me that exception to take the test remotely. And I was super grateful for it, but it did definitely take a little bit of effort to convince them.
Sure, sure. Yeah, and I imagine you're not the first military spouse trying to study and take exams and qualify for things in the United States, and they're overseas. So,
Oh,
um,
yeah, there are thousands of spouses a year that are dealing with the same thing. On the US side, there are so many, and thanks to the advocacy of a lot of other military spouses, there are many industries that offer reciprocity or expedited licensure for military spouses. So, for example, I had gotten licensed in Georgia while I was in Germany. But when I came back to Washington, Washington State allowed me to expedite my licensure, and it took me a week to become licensed in Washington State as a loan officer, where otherwise it probably would have taken 2 or 3 months if I wasn't a military spouse. So I was super grateful for that opportunity for sure.
wow. Oh, wow, that's really awesome. You're with Nova Home Loans, right? And I'm sure that you are probably the expert for the VA loan process at Nova, maybe?
Pretty much. And I have also helped other loan officers in our branch just understand more about the lifestyle, help them read documents like LASs. I think I've taught everyone how to read an LAS. And it's something that I do feel is a benefit for me because I do live this life. We're still PCSing, we're still living the active duty Army life, and I'm still a loan officer. So it does allow me to, I feel like, serve my military clients better because one, they don't have to explain anything to me. I get it. And I've got a super supportive company, and I really enjoy working for them. And they also support military families and veterans and the VA loan just as much as I do. So it's super helpful.
Right, right. Um, so I know though that besides being a loan officer, that you were sat on the advisory board for the Military Family Advocacy Network. I would love for you to talk to me about their mission and tell me what that experience was like for you.
Yeah, so I've done a lot of advocacy and volunteer work in the Army community. This was my first opportunity to sit on an advisory board for a national nonprofit organization that supports military families. And their mission is so inspiring. Everyone that works at InFan puts so much effort. InFan is an organization that supports the needs of military families. And so they determine what needs are most important at this time in our community by surveying military families. And this is across the board, all branches of the service. They do a survey uh, every 2 years, and it's a pretty comprehensive survey. And based on that, they actually change their advocacy, their mission, and their support based on the results of that survey. So, for example, during COVID, we saw a lot of food insecurity, and so they did the Million Meals Challenge. They partnered with giant food industry companies like Tyson Foods, and they did food distribution events at multiple duty stations where they would provide so many pounds of meat, so many pounds of vegetables, cleaning supplies, and just everyday staples. And they did this for an entire year. It was a massive undertaking, and they serve. What I love about InFan is the work that they do actually benefits the the youngest soldiers and their families.
Wow.
The other, uh, I would say, mission that they did a few years ago were called pantry boxes. And again, they partnered with companies for donations, and they provided these large pantry boxes that were basically your setup kit. They had everything from trash bags to shower curtain liners, um, different stable foods, and just kind of when you get to that house and you're house camping, what are the essential items that you need most? And they supply these boxes all over the U.S. It's really impressive and it's just really amazing.
Wow. So that kind of helps with they did it as kind of the PCS initiative, sort of.
Yes, yes. And because every time you PCS, you're throwing away or you're giving away, all your pantry items, oils, spices, all your condiments in your refrigerator. I mean, it's a lot. So when you PCS and you get to that next duty station, you have to recreate that pantry, and
Yeah,
it's expensive. It's really expensive.
it is. It is. Yeah, you're right. And yeah, that is crazy when you move. You spent years following a mission. You understand discipline, grit, and the power of a team. But what happens when the uniform comes off? For the veteran and the military family, the desire to serve doesn't just disappear. At JDog, we don't just offer a job, we offer a new mission. We provide a proven path for you and your family to own a business that operates on the values you live by: respect, integrity, and trust. Join a national brotherhood of veterans and military families who are reclaiming their futures and leading their communities. Your next chapter isn't just about a career, it's about building a legacy. To learn more, go to jdog.com. So, how long were you on the advisory board?
So they have 2-year terms, and so it's a new advisory board every 2 years. And you apply to be a member, and then they select the board for the following year. What I especially love about NFAN is that they're not just looking for senior spouses that have been around for years. They're looking for a very diverse board. So they want military spouses that are new. They want military spouses that are working, military spouses that are foreign nationals, and being a military spouse and living in the U.S. are new to them. So that's what I love about it. So it really, they have a great way of bringing together a diverse board of military spouses from a myriad of backgrounds and experience levels.
Yeah, yeah, that's great. Because you need that, because I feel like there's issues from every demographic or every a military spouse that's been in as long as you have. I'm sure you have your own set of issues. And then the new military spouse who is, only been married a couple years and is trying to navigate the military life, they have their own set of issues, right? So it kind of spans the whole gamut of what the military life for a spouse can look like at any given time, no matter how long they've been a male spouse or how little they've been, you know, less time as a male spouse.
Yes. And
Um,
based on our family makeup, we all experience military life differently. And then, of course, you add in the variable of every service member's job is different. Their rank changes, as they move up in their careers. And different families have different needs.
right, right. It's been amazing to have you on again and talk to you again. I think your husband is doing a new venture. And that's why you're in Washington. I would love to hear just a little bit about how your family has changed a little bit.
Yes, so I feel like our military life is filled with different seasons. And we have had the opportunity to stay at one place for several years now. This is the first time ever in the Army. Normally, we move every 1 to 2 years,
Yeah.
which has been very nice. We launched our son off to boot camp about a year and a half ago, which that is a whole new experience. My husband is doing a fellowship this year at University of Washington at the Jackson School of International Studies. And then this summer, he'll take his brigade command with the 8th ROTC Brigade, which is different. He's infantry. So he's been in infantry roles for the past, 22, 23 years. And so now he'll be, working with ROTC cadets and the professors of military science and the ROTC organizations at about 31 universities in the U.S. So he's super excited for a new role and just something different that he hasn't done before.
Oh, wow, that's amazing. So, congratulations on your son
Yes,
following in uh, his father's footsteps, right?
yes. It was something that he was in college. He had completed 2 years at a community college, and it was time to transfer to a 4 year university. And he decided, I don't want to do this. I don't like college right now. He was struggling, and he said, I want to enlist. And of course, I was like, just finish school, get it done and over with. Then you have options. You can, enlist and you can go in as an officer, but you create more options for yourself and you get your education done and over with. But after a lot of soul searching and talking, he decided, no, this is what I want. I want to enlist. And so he did, and we're so proud of him. We're just so proud of him. And we were able to go to his graduations. Of course, he's an infantryman, like his dad. So we went to his graduations at Fort Benning, and now he is at Fort Campbell and recently married, and they just bought a house using his VA loan. And so it just, life is happening for him. He's making it happen for himself. So,
Wow.
well, they're making it happen together. So, super proud of them.
That's awesome. And how much advice do you have for your daughter-in-law?
I am so impressed with my daughter-in-law. She's young, 20 years old. She's a college student. She works. She planned her PCS from Washington to Fort Campbell to join our son, and she had needed very little guidance. I mean, she is just super dynamic. She knows how to make things happen. Even the day that they closed on the house, Sasha had an Amazon delivery waiting for Brady that had things like shower curtains and a blow up mattress. And she just, yeah, it was so impressive. She
Oh, wow.
is really,
That's amazing.
yeah, she definitely is just, yeah, she's really awesome. Yeah, and we
Wow.
miss her so much because, she was in Washington with us while Brady was in his Army schools. And then they got married and bought a house, and then Sasha joined him. And we just missed them both so much. But it was just really fun having to have that time with just Sasha.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's amazing. Okay. So, Amy, we've come to the time in the podcast where I have to ask you your tactical treasure. I would love to hear what you're going to share with us today.
I'm sharing a quote and just, I guess, a mantra for life that my business partner taught me many, many moons ago when we were starting our first business together. And that is, how do you eat an elephant? One bite at a time. And it was a game changer for me. It was a game changer for how I parented my children. Just if you break everything down into bite-sized pieces, you've got the steps. Now you just need to execute. And that's true for everything in life because I do feel like it just calms the chaos. on in any endeavor, big or small.
Yeah, I have to agree with you. I love that. It's an awesome tactical treasure and an awesome quote. And I think I've used it myself every now and again, but it is true. You know, there are a lot of things in life that can be very overwhelming, but
Hmm.
if you just break it down just in little tiny pieces and just kind of just take it one step at a time, it can be a lot easier and it can calm the chaos, as you say, you know.
Hmm. Oh,
So,
it has for me, and it's something that I use it a lot with my kids when they get overwhelmed. I mean, life is busy for young adults. It's busy for teenagers. It's not like when I went to school, right? They're involved in travel sports and volunteer opportunities, and school is a lot more demanding. College applications are demanding, and it's just breaking it down into bite-sized chunks. I'm a huge to-do list person. I believe in just give me my list and let me execute.
right. I know I'm a list taker too,
Yeah.
and it's not even in my phone, it's on paper.
Oh, I'm a paper person too.
Yeah,
I love scratching something off and putting a line through it. Done,
yeah,
done. Mm.
that's great. So I have a couple questions before we wrap up our time here. So, any advice for those in the military community struggling with navigating the loan process? Do you have a couple little nuggets to share?
Yeah, so I always say start early. It's 6 months before you're going to PCS is a good time to start a loan application. And the reason why is because those numbers and those estimates that you're going to get with your loan pre approval are going to help you make smart decisions. And when you're pre approved before you start shopping, one, you're going to have a better experience. Two, you're going to be shopping in your price range. I tell military families to start early, even 6 months before they PCS. The reason why is because when you get a pre-approval, you're going to get estimates for closing costs. You're going to get an estimate for a monthly payment, and this helps you make decisions based on the numbers. And you may determine through that process that buying is not the right thing to do for this PCS. But now you can focus on renting. So when you get pre-approved early, it calms the stress. You know the numbers. Now you can shop with confidence and find what is in your price range. It just really helps calm the chaos and makes for a smoother transaction. So I always say start early and save your paperwork. Things like photo IDs, LESs, bank statements. Either print them out and put them in a folder, or download them and put them in a file on your computer so that you can easily upload them for your loan application. And you're doing this early so that when your life is in boxes, you're not trying to find copies of things.
Yeah, definitely. Sounds like a good plan. Before you go, can you tell us where people can find and connect with you and where they can find out more information on MFAM and navigating the VA home loan process?
Oh, for sure. So they can contact me. My phone number is 706 341 8367. They can email me, amy.shick@novahome loans. I'm also very active on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn. So they can also find, I share a lot of educational tips and tricks for military families that are purchasing homes on my social media. So it's just a way to educate people.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
Yeah. And as far as InFan is concerned, they have a fantastic website that really goes into their mission and what they're doing. And then you can also follow along on Facebook, Instagram, and LinkedIn.
Okay, that's awesome. Thank you for that information. And thank you for everything that you shared. And it's so amazing to see you and speak with you again. And
Likewise,
so happy for everything that's happening in your military life. I think it's awesome. And good luck to your husband
thank you.
and
Thank,
you.
thank you. I appreciate it. It's always so nice to connect with you, Tracy. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Okay, take care.
Yes, thank you, Tracy.
Hello, viewers and listeners. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Tactical Treasures podcast. We've just finished up an amazing conversation with Amy Shick, who is 30 plus years proud Army milspouse. And she is now a loan officer at Nova Home Loans and previously served on the advisory board of the Military Family Advisory Network, which is a nonprofit organization committed to taking a collaborative, impact driven, and authentic approach to addressing the needs of military and veteran families. They believe that a military family's ability to thrive and serve concurrently is paramount to their all volunteer force. For those who serve today and those who will choose to serve in the future, in all that they do, MFAN seeks to level the playing field for military families with dignified solutions that create a scalable model for change. That's why they've introduced the MFAM Network, a collaborative, innovative program that leverages partnerships, data, and content to address four key pillars that are foundational to military family well-being. Pillar one, supporting the physical and mental health of the whole family. Pillar two, navigating the resources needed for growing families. Pillar three, supporting families through military moves. And pillar four, financial support now and planning for the future. To learn more, donate, tap into resources and information, go to mfan.org. And if you live in Arizona, California, Florida, or Washington, consider navigating over to novahomeloans.com and you can reach out to Amy. She is willing to be a resource to help military veterans navigate the process of home buyership, and there is no obligation. You can reach out to her at novahomeloans.com/loan-officer/Amy-Shick. And that is, her last name is spelled Shick. Again, thanks for tuning in. And don't forget, you can find our Tactical Treasures podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms, American Grit, and on our website, tacticaltreasurespodcast.com, as well as our dedicated YouTube channel. We are now airing on Reese Across America Radio on Wednesdays at 5 p.m. Eastern. And if you miss that, be sure to join us for the encore on Saturday at 10 a.m. Eastern. You can also find Reese Across America Radio on the iHeartRadio app, the Odyssey app, and the TuneIn app. We're also proud to share that our JDog Foundation is a Reese Across America sponsorship group. For each $17 Veterans Wreath you sponsor, $5 goes directly back to the JDog Foundation, whose mission is to prevent veteran suicide and heal veterans' mental health and PTS. You can donate right now at reaseacrossamerica.org/JDog. Again, thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you again on another podcast real soon. Bye-bye now.